Hey everybody, Kaysha here, and today I am here with my friend
Jennifer Guskin,
and we need your help. We are right now working on advocacy for combating human trafficking, and here's why. So we'll give you a little bit of background of our story and why we're doing what we're doing.
I was adopted as an infant by a couple who sold me throughout my childhood. I have been to Epstein Island and on multiple Lolita Express types of flights as a child. After I went public, Child Protective Services opened a substance-exposed newborn case, even though all tests came back negative, and they told me that if I wouldn't stop posting on social media, I would never see my daughter again. I started to connect how I was adopted as an infant and then sold throughout my childhood, how many other children who have been through the adoption, foster, and CPS pipelines have also been trafficked to Epstein's Elk.
And as many of you guys know already, based on the work that we do at the Kaysha Project, I'm an American Indian born in Canada under the Jay Treaty. My father and I were exposed in the improper contagion mitigation for the COVID pandemic in early 2020. As a result of this, I lost everything: a house, cars, corporate assets, jobs. Bank accounts were shut down in Canada, and I fled to the US as an American Indian, fully documented, and was trafficked by rogue agents in ICE and other agents in the government, and forced to live with single American men. I was even imprisoned for 7 months initially, and then trafficked throughout the states. Put on full surveillance tracking and wasn't allowed to leave the city, house, or state without permission, or work without permission. And that happened for many years, and I was on and off the streets because of that, and in and out of shelters. And that is just a small example of what many go through in this trafficking system, be it the family courts or otherwise. So that's why the Kaysha Project will be going to DC to speak with representatives and do live reporting. We're also going to be in contact with other families who are dealing with human trafficking, and through the CPS courts or through any other means, lesser versions of trafficking, and doing reporting on them live and otherwise. We will also be working on we ultimately want to shine light on what's going on with the trafficking here in the US. And we also want to meet with various agencies in DC, and we'll be going back and forth for training sessions and other things so that we can be better equipped to help people deal with resolving some of the issues that we're seeing. We will also be putting forth petitions in government to help people get justice, and that's something that we have been working on already so far. We have some petitions that have recently been filed in the state of Colorado, Michigan, Texas, and Arizona, and we will be continuing.
But we can't do this on our own. We will be traveling to events and training courses, as well as DC on a consistent basis. We also have to get acceptable equipment, such as computers, cameras, interview gear, etc. There will be other miscellaneous costs that would also be like gas, food, and rooms if necessary.
So that is why we are working towards combating human trafficking, and that is exactly why we need your help. We cannot do this alone, and most what the Kaysha Project does is on its own dime. And so we do love and appreciate each and every one of you that support us and all the work that we do. As many of you know, we also live stream on Lindell TV every day. Everything we do, like I said, is on our own dime. So we appreciate all the love and support and all the people who do donate. And we would very much love and appreciate that still. Thank you, everybody, for your time and considerations. And thank you for all the support. And we will catch you guys in the next one, and hopefully we might see you guys in the future and come across you and maybe be able to do some great things together.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Kaysha Project podcast. Today, we are with my daughter. We are going to be talking about some stuff here. I will let you give us the introduction on the feminist angle that we will be dealing with today.
Wait, what? Oh, sorry. Yeah, so
Today we're going to talk a little bit about the feminist nonsense. There's a clip, and we're going to go through some clips, and we're obviously going to give our opinion, whatever. But yeah, it's crazy because feminism is. I'm mumbling over my words. Feminism has been such a lie to women, and teaching women as well to follow their emotions, like curiosity. The saying how curiosity killed the cat. A woman's natural inclination is to curiosity, and often people will use that woman's curious inclination against herself to destroy herself. Sometimes she can't even decipher if the manipulation is actually coming from the woman trying to manipulate her in front of her, or a man around her that's using that woman to manipulate her into doing something that under the pretense of in her best interest, and reality there's another underhanded agenda and things like that completely. And then following their emotions, feel good, completely treasonous to her home and herself. And yeah, it's crazy to me. The clips you're gonna see, but it's crazy to me. You're gonna just see. So let's just get into it.
All right, I'll bring up the first clip. Let me get the one here with that this girl. So I guess we'll just get to it.
This isn't a breakup. I've never been on my own. I need to know who I am alone, and I don't want to spend my life wondering what if.
This is stupid. The minute you walk out of here, you're gonna realize how much shit I do for you and how great I am and how much you need me, and you're gonna start stalking me. And that's sad.
This is gonna be great for both of us.
Yeah.
A few moments later.
I'm done. I'm finally done.
What are you done with?
With our time apart. It's been difficult on both of us. I'm finally ready for us to be together.
I'm seeing someone.
So, Josh, you wanna just, tell me when you're done then?
I don't know, Alice.
Well, we'll just wait till you're done.
Shit's different. I'm not sure I want the same things anymore.
You mean like me?
I didn't need an experiment to know that I loved you. And I'm not an idiot. You're I guess done with whatever you've been doing with whoever you've been doing, and you think you can come running back to me? No thanks. I'll pass.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory right there. So, I mean, what do you have to say about that?
Honestly, she took his kindness. He thought that he could do whatever she wanted because he was doing kind things for her, and she thought her kindness was niceness. She thought that he was being kind because he was stupid, that she could go do whatever and she could come back and do what she wanted. And he told her from the beginning what was going to happen, and she didn't listen to him. But he didn't explain it to her in a way that she understood. He kind of was very brief about it. And she didn't understand the circumstances. Women constantly make decisions like this because they don't read circumstances the way that men do, and they go out of their way to experience things because they're like, oh, I have to experience this, because women learn through experience. It's actually why they're very good at raising children. When it comes to mitigating risk and things like this, they're very awful at it, and this is why I always say that when a man is interested in you, you need to go through the courtship process. Women will get into a relationship with someone, and then after some time with them, they'll be uncertain, something will happen, whatever. And they'll be like, oh, well, maybe I need to go out and experience. How do I know if I actually need this or want this? If your father vets a man for you as a woman, you trust your father through the experience of knowing your friend of your life. You know that it's a circumstance for your success. He leads your family quite well. He might vet the guy and say, you know what, you like this guy. He's a stand-up guy. He loves the Lord. He'll lead you to success and salvation. He'll not hurt you. Maybe he likes the way he thinks, and he knows that that's someone you'll be compatible with. And the trust of that daughter will make her, with her father, will make her feel more secure in the affections that she has for that man. She goes through her experience in relationships with that man and has some things that she's uncertain about. She can talk to her father and say, okay, why is he doing this? I don't understand this behavior that he's doing as a man. I, as a woman, would never do this. Why is he doing this? And her father can explain those things. What she's demonstrating is fatherless behavior. She has no one to guide her and lead her that she can actually trust and sit down and say, you know what he's doing is for this reason, and this is in your best interest, or this is not in your best interest. This is the problem, and this is how you fix it. It's what a lot of women are going around doing, and then they go running around looking for another guy because they think maybe they can get better because they're not happy with one thing that was done and they don't know how to fix it. So they think they have to drop everything because the guy doesn't make them feel good all the time. And they go around looking for it. They're like, nope, actually I was better where I was. They try to go back and then they screw themselves because that guy actually has self-respect, because he's not the nice guy. He's the genuinely kind man. And that is the worst man to fumble. 100% by far a gentleman who is genuinely kind, loving, and will cherish you. The worst man to fumble. She'll regret that for the rest of her life. Honestly, she'll be miserable. She won't find that, because that, finding a man like that, finding someone, when you genuinely love someone and someone genuinely loves you, that is very, very, very hard to come across. That is extremely rare, and you most likely than not will not find it again.
Yeah, so now we're going to bring up this next clip, and we're going to listen to this. I think her name is Jadalaya Healer or something like that. I probably botched it, but I saw this come up on my feed on X today, so I thought I would get up.
Let's say you've got 3 guys, a gold, a silver, and a bronze, and you've already decided that one guy is a gold, okay? If you've made that decision that that guy is the gold and you like that guy way better than the other 2, what are you doing with the other 2 guys, right? You've already said, well, Jack is my favorite, and now you're just going through the motions with the other 2. That's disrespectful to the other 2 guys. You've already decided you're not really into them, right? You've already made that decision. So why you dragging them through this process? Why? Because oftentimes women are afraid that that gold, that guy they put up top, isn't going to like them enough. It's going to hurt their feelings. It's going to whatever. And they've got 2 backups, right? Waiting in the back. This is not the way adults should date, really. If you've decided already that you like one person more than the others, then give that guy a shot. Don't be afraid to focus on that guy.
Yeah, honestly, I agree. Or did you want to say something?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Like, me and my dad, we talk about this all the time, because I used to ask him, like, okay, what do you think? Like, because I used to hear women in my family would say, oh, you should date a few people at a time, because you don't know whatever, what you will like or not. I asked my dad about it, and he's like, nah, man, that's nonsense. That's nonsense, because you're going to screw yourself. You're going to get yourself in a bad position and all this other stuff. And, you're going to get, pressure this way from that way, and, all sorts of nonsense. And I agree. And I'm not the kind of person who really has the emotional or mental capacity for that anyways. I don't think really anybody does. I think they really hurt themselves when they do that, especially women. I think a lot of women will do that because, as she said, they fear, well, what if this, it's a very selfish thing. Okay, well, what if I don't like this person enough, or if something doesn't follow through? So let me keep these guys on the back burner. Some girls on the flip end are like, oh, what if he doesn't like me enough? And what if he's just wasting my time? What if he actually doesn't care about me? What if he's going around with other women and then I get screwed? Here, let me have these backup plans. That's ridiculous. You can't even really focus on giving that person all of yourself the way that you need to even deserve, if that's a person that you will do anyways. Like, really think, and women would have less problems with this, again, if they trusted their fathers through the courtship process. Because people will tell me, like, oh, well, what about this person or that person? And I don't even argue with people. I'm just like, you know what, just talk to my dad. You know what, just, let my dad, I don't even have to deal with the headache of explaining to them, maybe I'm talking to this person or I'm talking to that person. Because I know if they come and actually call my dad, he's going to be like, man, she's talking to somebody, man. Like, nah, man. And no father is going to approve his daughter to be speaking with multiple men at the same time, because that's going to put her in a compromised position to do things that she should not be doing. And it's going to be harmful to her in general. So, I don't think women should do it. I I personally don't do it. I don't like it. I'm a one man kind of girl. I don't even like talking to people. I'm so introverted. I don't even like talking to people. So I don't understand how women do this. But yeah, it's messed up.
Well, yeah, this like, first of all, if I was any of those guys, I would be just like, I'm out. Sorry. And if I
Yeah,
found
and they
out
have
that if a girl was doing that, I'm like, I don't want to talk to you. Even if I was the gold guy that she liked, I'd be like, peace. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to do this.
yeah,
Because anybody that wants to do that, I'm not willing to play that game, because I don't think, if I'm going to sit down and start talking to somebody, I'll take the time and get to know that person. I don't need to be getting into talk to multiple people at one time. That's too much of a headache. You can't split your attention between three people and effectively get to know someone at all. That it's just a risk you have to take. You can't just sit down and have plan A, B, and C, because when you do that, you're just going to keep destroying the things that you want. And so
yeah, self-sabotage.
that's counterproductive completely.
Yeah. But he probably men probably can tell as well. Like men for sure can tell when women are splitting their time amongst different men, because women are crackheads when they love a man. Like they respond instantly to them unless they're like genuinely busy at work or away from their phone. When women stop responding to you immediately or they're delayed in their response, it's because women have other options and they are not actually paying attention to you. They're trying to intentionally make you want them through that distance or whatever, and it's a form of manipulation to try to have the one up. But it doesn't even matter if that happens, because even when she secures the guy, she'll jump into that crackhead mentality, and then he'll have her by like the throat pretty much, and it won't matter because he could screw if he wanted to anyways, and that wasn't a fair way for her to decipher if he was good or not, because once she's all in, her emotions are completely gone and controlled. So if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually pull something up just because you mentioned this, and what this girl said about her, having her three people or whatever, like the multiple people. And then this girl, you're gonna, I, this is what she says. We'll just pull it up.
Tell me your biggest secret.
I'm cheating on my boyfriend with like 5 other guys
I'm confused how he doesn't know.
because I have a separate account.
Well, why not just break up with your boyfriend?
Because I love him.
That
Okay, so what she's trying to do right now is get what she's like, how the girl will have the three. We're talking about how she might have gold guy, bronze guy, and silver guy. The problem with women who date multiple men is because they're going to start thinking, okay, well, I love this about him, I love this about him, I love this about, like, none of them have all of it, and they never get the chance to just appreciate someone for who they are. And then they start looking at all these different attributes, and then they're like, okay, well, he's not giving me this, so I'm just going to go get it somewhere else. Women are very much like that, which is why a lot of women cheat. They'll emotionally cheat with like their boss or something like that. And the question of the man was actually the most legitimate. How does he not know? Circumstantially, how does that man not know that something is off? Or maybe he does, who knows? But nah, man. She's off the wall for that, man. I don't know how. She's sick. She's fully sick.
Yeah, that's just straight up unacceptable. I'm not even gonna lie about that.
That is a level of treachery, like, and the problem with the cheating like that, this is why I said it's a treason. Imagine a man convincing your woman to go through all the stages of betrayal to you and by herself by proxy, and by gaining her affection over yours, and now he has a foot in your door. Who knows if he's coming over to your house and sleeping with her, or what kind of things is being done on your dime or behind your back with your resources or whatever else with your woman. Like, cheating is treachery, extreme treachery. You're a traitor if you're a cheater. If you're a cheater, you can be used as an asset against your own family, even even without even, you don't even have to like verbally or mentally agree directly to that for that to be the outcome.
Yes. So
So
now we're gonna pull up another clip of this lady here talking about the whole issue with the DMs on social media, right? Because social media is something that creates a lot of options for people, or the feeling of a lot of
yes, it
options.
does.
Back
Yes,
in the
it
day,
does.
I told you, you'd go out, somebody would ask you out, you get all excited, you get dressed up. It wasn't like 50 guys sliding into your DMs at once and you were like, oh, I don't know. That one, his hair is a little short. Oh, that one? I don't know. He's kind of got like a little bit of a wandering eye. I don't know. That one, is that a chipped tooth? Oh, I don't like that. No, it wasn't like that because you didn't have an endless sea of options. You had a guy that picked up the phone, called you, and you were like, oh, wow, this is awesome. Somebody wants to take me out. All right, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, but it's also the way that people are sliding into your DMs. Like, I have a problem with meeting a person online. I don't have a problem with that. It's the way that a lot of people, men don't know how to slide into, because men don't know how to romance women and generally look at women and being like, oh, I've been in girls' fall. These are the things that are special about her character, and letting her in a way that makes sense. DMC of DMs, endless DMs, because I have them as well, are the same type of compliment as if the men are just like all copying, pasting. Like sometimes they vary, like, and whatever. But yeah, the endless options does not help. On that scale, she's correct. The endless options also do not help women. It makes them delusional. On the flip side, whenever I leave the house, people approach me as well. So I don't think it's just, I mean,
It
it's more influx, obviously, with DMs because you can get hundreds of DMs, but
it
more
it
rapidly than people approach you outside. But it's like,
it's
I don't
no.
know.
Okay, when I was younger, you never had 50 people approaching you at once. It's
No,
not
no, 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 no,
possible
no, not like that. No,
because you
that's
had to go up physically and meet those people, so you wouldn't
yeah,
be seen like the way that you do. Like, I mean,
yeah,
like
that's
even
true.
like there was nobody that had like millions of people following them and having that kind of access to them. They didn't. Like you saw them, like people that you saw on Famous, you saw them on TV, but you didn't have access to them. They had places that had fan mail, and they'd have people that would come in and sort the mail
Yeah,
and read.
you had to figure it out. Yeah,
Yeah, you did not have that. That was so when you had this, anybody could have, like, you know what I mean? You see all these, what do they call them? The e-girls that have these massive pages, and now people
yeah,
have a ton of access to them and so forth,
yeah,
right? And then when
yeah. It's normal.
go ahead.
No, no, no. Sorry. No, I'm just saying, like, it's not normal. Like, that's why I said I don't think that's something that's normal, especially for women. I don't think they can really handle it. Like me personally, I can't handle it. And especially when women start talking to a man that they actually appreciate, the DMs and the social media attention starts to give them more anxiety and makes them more angry and like stresses them out. Like it just becomes really overwhelming. I don't know how to explain it. Like it's just really annoying. And yeah, I feel like when I get married, I will either delete most of social media that I interact, like that I use, that is kind of like I don't really use, and or just give him full access to all of it because I don't know, like it's a lot, it's too much. Like my page is steadily growing every day, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I don't know what to do with I don't know what to do with the attention because women don't really plan to explode when they start explode. Like they don't make a structured plan to become
The
internet famous,
the
whereas a man will be like, I need to become internet famous to accomplish this goal. Women don't think that way. So like when it happens, they're just like, oh my gosh, like what do I do?
but they deal with it very, very differently. Women feel bad
Exactly.
when all these people coming here and they want to get all their attention. Men, it's just like, I don't care. I'm not going to answer you. Get lost, right? Like,
That's exact. that's precisely it. I feel so bad and I get anxiety for not answering the messages. And then I open my message inbox because someone important actually did message me, but then I avoid even the important messages because I don't want to see the sea of messages that I don't want to answer, because then I'll feel bad like I have to answer. So I just pretend I didn't see any of it, because then it doesn't sit on my conscience.
Yeah, so let's pull up this next clip here.
Okay, go ahead.
No, that's so this is how, like, when you're seeing these are girls that are having 2, 3 guys, 4 guys in their rotation, they're going out getting plastered. They're, you know what I mean? Like life is changing. Like, sure, were there stuff like that going on when I was a kid, but not to the extent that it is now, right? Like those girls. I'll even pull up another. And they said Liverpool. That was Liverpool, and people were complaining about how bad
England.
Liverpool is. What?
Yeah, I said in England. Yeah, I've been to different places down in England. Interesting place. Honest side note, I am starting to become really I'm starting to find the human body really unattractive in general. I think the way that humans are exposing their body so much, I'm actually starting to be repulsed when I see people walking half naked. Like, the body is a God creation. It's a beautiful thing, but I'm just uncomfortable watching women like half naked walking all the time. It's like it doesn't look it doesn't make the body look appealing. Like jeans, half nakedness. I don't know. Like traditional outfits are the most beautiful, I think. I don't know. That's just me. It's sad that we we do it like that in society right now. But anyway, it's a different point entirely. But yeah. Can't hear you, man.
Sorry, I'm talking to myself again. They said that Manchester was better, but we'll just take a look at this because somebody posted in the comments, but you'll see.
That's how the white picture. It is really there.
We get the point. I mean, when I was younger, a lot of these girls were wearing less than what prostitutes would wear, standing on the street corner when I was younger.
Yeah,
So I mean, like, it's this. This is not doing anybody any favors. People are like, "Oh, you can wear what you want." Yeah, you can, but there's consequences to that. People are going to think of you a certain way. Anybody can do what they want; it's their choice. But when you get a consequence for your action, how can you complain and sit down and get angry? I'm not sitting down and say people could, go after and hammer people down to nothing. Not saying that, but I'm saying is that when you don't have people taking you seriously, how are you going to sit down and get angry when this is the case?
Honestly, I don't. Yeah, I don't appreciate the way that women dress today. It doesn't make sense to me. I will say that I appreciate that women are starting to be more of a normal weight. Like, and I'm not talking about fat, like a genuinely normal sized females. Some of them are normal sized, but it's like I said, it's repulsive. It's repulsive seeing women half naked. It makes the woman's body look unappealing. I don't know, maybe that's because I'm a woman and I'm not gay. I don't know. But I think women can look very elegant and very nice, and they're appealing to look at when they're dressed in a very elegant and nice way. When I see women walking like this on the street, the body just looks, the physical body itself looks unappealing and unattractive. I don't like that. I don't like that at all, because I feel like we should be nice to look at as we're walking in the streets. You know, we should be modest in our apparel. Some people, you know, don't appreciate that though, and some people think that I dress like a well-mannered boy. So
that's fine.
you know,
We need to take a short commercial break, and we'll come back on the other side.
Hello, everyone. I'm excited to announce the next generation of energy drinks, Rev 7. It has no sugar and no caffeine. Instead, Rev 7 uses Go BHB. Go BHB is one of the body's primary ketones, and it provides the most efficient and clean fuel that your body needs. It also helps you stay energized all day with no crashes. Not only that, it produces 3 times more brain energy than sugar, which helps boost your memory, focus, and mental sharpness. It also helps reduce stress and helps balance your mood. Rev 7 does all that while being the best tasting energy drink ever. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save 20% today. I'm so sure you're going to love Rev 7. For a limited time, you get our introductory 3-pack absolutely free. I drink Rev 7 every day, and I absolutely love it, and so will you.
Yes. It kind of getting back. If anybody needs any MyPillow products, go to mypillow.com/Karis or call 800-845-2942. Use promo code Karis. We support a good cause. There are other things in the ticker like the Gifts and Go. There's a donor box. There's there's the action plan. And if you're watching on Rumble, BitChute, or Facebook, you'll see links in the description with different ways that you can support with affiliate links and so forth, and the wellness company and so forth. All right. So kind of coming back to this is kind of, I mean, we're seeing this. This is just nuts. This is absolutely nuts what's going on. We need to make some serious changes on what we're doing here, and definitely have to, we definitely have to make changes to what we're doing. I mean, I'm going to pull up some more clips here about when people are saying, like, men are getting fed up, and I'm going to pull up another clip from this lady. She had some good stuff today, so I'll pull it up again.
Men are tired. Men are tired. They're tired of their masculinity being labeled toxic. They're tired of being told, oh, we want a traditional man, but you don't get to want a traditional woman. They're tired of being told you got to want a boss babe and you got to want to delegate your home, the care of the children to, a nanny or to daycare because I still want to be a boss babe, but I really want a traditional man. They're tired of that nonsense. They're also tired of women treating them like crap because women have a ton of options on social media and have decided that they can be extraordinarily picky and discard and abuse, in some cases, verbally, men. Ooh, you're so, he's ugly. Ooh. They do this stuff all the time. And then if a guy turns around and says, oh, honey, you're not my type. Oh, you're so superficial. Oh, my God. He's so superficial. And then you go, he hurt my feelings. Is he saying I'm fat? Grow up. If you're going to dish it out, you got to be able to take it.
Go ahead. Give your perspective. Can't hear you. You're muted.
I said I agree with her. At the same time, I don't fully, because that's true. Where women are coming away on the same side on the same time. how many men do you really hear saying, you know what, I want to marry you and for you to be a stay-at-home wife? How many men are like, I'm going to take care of you and you take care of the home. You have our children. You can homeschool, like cook and bake and make clothes and, do all this stuff, homemade stuff for the home, like homemade soaps and all these things. And we can have a farm and a garden and whatever else, and you homestead. How many men are actually offering that? Not many. Not many at all. And a lot of men today want women to go 50-50. A lot of men are like, oh, if you don't have a degree, I know in my generation, Gen Z, a lot of these men, which is why I refuse to date anyone my age, a lot or younger, obviously, because whatever. A lot of these men, they will be like, nope, sorry, you got to go 50-50 with me. You have to have a degree or else you're a bum. You're a loser, a blah, blah, blah. They have no value whatsoever for being a mother. They have no value for women being women. They want a man. They want a woman with the attributes of provision like a man. And I'm not going to be that. Sorry. Like I said in the other podcast, if you want to bite a pillow, you can go somewhere else. You're my friend. So, but we have to be listening because the women pushed up to the top in society and getting mentioned are women who, the Laylee Phillips and Bonnie Blue. I don't see a single woman in society, who's being propped up, who's 31, even like Esther. When the men of society start propping up an Esther or a Proverbs 31 woman, then I will believe that they value wives and I will believe they value mothers. Until then, actions speak louder than words, my friend, that promote these women, because women are not paying for the subscription Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillips. It's the men. So it's like, until they do that, then they can kick rocks because they themselves are perpetuating the nonsense that they hate, saying, oh, I don't like this, but they're doing it. They're doing it. This is why older men, honestly, for the ladies out there listening, that's the way to go. Just letting you know. That's the last hope. If you're in your 20s, date a man in his 30s or 40s. I don't know. Whatever works for you. I wouldn't personally go into 40s, but yeah, that's my business.
Oops. So does this make sense what Myron Gaines says about the entitlement of women?
What would you say the problem is with modern dating? A couple of things. From which end? Do you want me to explain from the male perspective or the female perspective?
The long and the short of both.
Okay. From the male perspective, it's not adhering to your masculine duties, right? Like guys think that men and women are equal. That's a big mistake. We are not equal. You are superior to her in every single way, and you need to remind her that all the time, right? Like guys need to understand that men and women are not equal, and as a guy, it's your job to be superior to her in every way. Now, I know some feminists might be watching this saying, oh, that's fucked up. But then ask yourself, you stupid bimbo, do you want a guy that's taller than you? You want a guy that makes more money than you? Want a guy that's more successful than you? Want a guy that's smarter than you? Oh, if the answer is yes to any of that, guess what? You don't want an equal. You want a superior. Now, that's what women want. Right? So guys need to understand that's your job. You're not there to be an equal to her. You're there to be superior to her, to be her leader.
But now, why?
But Frank, sit, stay.
But why is it that women preach equality even though that may not be the reality to you?
Because they're stupid. And this is what I mean when I say that, women will say one thing, right? That they want one thing, but they'll actually be attracted and aroused by something else. They don't really know or understand how to properly, how do I say this? Yeah. Sorry. I can
yeah. That's all good, bro. Totally. Yeah. We can run again. We can run again. All right. That was funny as fuck, though.
See, bro, like, excuse me, we're filming here. We're filming here. See what I mean? Like, just completely rude.
I mean, like, well, how am I supposed to know?
There's literally a light right there in the camera.
Sorry, why are you filming? What's happening?
That doesn't matter. Just please get out the shot. Frank, come here. Frank, come here. Sit. You're being rude by walking in the shot.
I'm not being rude.
Yes, you are. You literally, you see it right here, and you're being rude.
Ask me to leave.
Leave. Like, it should be implied. Get out of the way. Incredible.
Learn some manners.
You learn some manners.
You learn some manners.
Incredible. Well, you walked in the way. See, you know what? That perfectly explains what I mean, right? So, was the camera rolling the whole time? Dude, see, that's what I'm trying to say. See, A man wouldn't do that. Only a woman would do something stupid like that. Why? Because she thinks that we're going to sit there and be like, ha, 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 it's okay. She thinks it's okay. It's not okay. But this is what I mean when I say, like, women just don't have a general respect for men, for other people. They just think, I'm here in a red dress, I'm hot, I can do whatever I want. That entitlement is ridiculous, right? Versus, like, other people, they don't have that same level. We've seen a bunch of guys walk by and nobody's doing that dumb shit. Only her walks in, clearly sees that we're filming, but, you know, acts like for no reason, right? And I'm like, dude, like, we're implied. And then we said, hey, we're filming. And what does she do? Instead of saying, I'm sorry, she goes, ha, like, to be funny. It's not funny. It's not cool. It's f***ed up. But that is the entitlement that modern day women have. So on the...
Yeah. So, I mean, by his own standard, if a woman is attractive, if she's like a 10 or whatever, if she's 8 or 9 or 10 or whatever, and she looks good, then she can get away with everything. Honestly, I think that Myron he's maybe slept with many women, maybe, I don't know, but he's never slept with good ones. He's not had relationships with good women, not Proverbs 31 women, because if you're going to sit down...
No, he did not.
They don't know what they want. Excuse me, sir, I'm dismissive. I know exactly when I see something, I know what I want, I know I like it. There are things that I'm not going to be decisive about because I'm not a man and I'm not built to do those things that, you know, circumstantially the way that men do things. That's fine. But the women you are dealing with are fatherless to all high hell, and you are choosing you are choosing the bimbos. You are going out of your way to choose bimbos and sleeping with women that have nothing to offer but their crotch and whatever, you know, plastic they've decided to add to their body that day or, you know, whatever, to make themselves more appealing to you. Because women who actually have a good character are not even going to indulge themselves in the behaviors that you want from a woman. So you're not going to be around women who have a good character. They actually care about men. They respect men. They you know, they value God and family, and, you know, they've learned these cooperations from their father. You don't know how to find those women, and they don't want anything to do with you because they are repulsed by that behavior. Because even their father, if you went to them and said, I want to be with your daughter, he would punch you in your face, because there's no way in hell I'm going to give my daughter to you under those circumstances, with you being like that, so that you can go and destroy her and all the hard work she's put into her character to be who she is and serve the purpose that God has created for her and in her. Like that, you just have to accept the reality, my friend. Either you're going to accept the consequences of your own actions and the lifestyle that you choose to live and stop being resentful and accept it is what it is and it is what it will be, or you change yourself and get the thing that you truly desire. Do the hard work and stop complaining about it. Honest to God, because there are many good women out there. You just don't know how to find them or recognize them.
Yeah. I just want to come in and bring in a clip because you got a couple to go through and we're running up here on time. So since we were talking about entitlement, let's go back to this.
Don't be an entrepreneur like me and be successful that way.
Entrepreneur? You only that's not being an entrepreneur.
Yes, it is. It's a business.
You sell pictures of yourself online. That's not being an entrepreneur.
Okay, well, if you think I'm not an entrepreneur, let's go band for band.
Band for band?
Let's go band for band. I bought dad a fucking car. I'm about to pay off mom's mortgage. I'll pay for your college. You don't think that's an entrepreneur? Then I don't know what the is.
That's just using your money.
That I make through the business of OnlyFans.
Yeah, but it's a business, not being an entrepreneur.
Whatever, I'm not gonna...
Can't believe I can't believe the dad took the money. I could understand the mom, because moms can be selfish. I don't know, like, that's not a good mom either. I wouldn't take my daughter's money if that's how she got the money. I don't know, I wouldn't have done it. My mom has OnlyFans. And she, when I was growing up, she, for as long as pretty much I known her, she was an escort or whatever, lady of the night, whatever you want to call it. I couldn't stand taking money from her. I would never, I tried my best never to take money from her because I did not want to touch that kind of money. And one time I did ask her for money and she's like, what, do you want to make me work for it? And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. No, never take it, never ask you for anything in my life. So I could never be I could never be a parent and have my kid doing that, first of all. But if they did, then take the money. That's insanity. But the brother is right in a sense. Yeah, that's not entrepreneurship. Technically, maybe it is, but no, it's nonsense. What's going on?
It's not the same. And she's looking at it from the aspect of money, but
finances, yeah.
She's causing so much damage to her brother. Her brother's life is hell. And the money that she's making isn't going to change the damage that she's done.
Yeah, paying for his college isn't going to do anything.
No. And she's trying to buy off her brother. And from what we're watching, whether they're like clowning or whatever, doesn't matter.
That's all they know.
Yeah, they're just buying somebody isn't going to change what's going on with them.
Yeah, because I see my mom do the same thing with my little brother, and the damage, it's irreplaceable. The money just makes it worse. It makes it exponentially worse.
So we're gonna pull back up this clip. We've seen it before, but we're gonna listen to a little bit about the context of the female empowerment and people that are in this lifestyle and the type of family that they have.
Interviewed about you, it kind of struck me about how you are very much about empowering other women, and you're not that kind of, because there's a lot of girls in this business that are super competitive and really like to put each other down, and you're definitely somebody who seems to really seek to unify the industry, which I think is really great. And I felt that was very much reflected in what Asa was saying about you.
Thank you.
So what are your views on that?
Well, I feel like we really need to be unified. We need to be part of a community, and we're already so maligned and hated by the outside world. Well, not all aspects, but there's so much shame in our society when it comes to sex. And when you commodify sex, and when you are empowered and use your own body in whatever way that you want, if you sell sex in whatever form, you're going to be maligned even further than if you're just expressing your sexuality without commodifying it. And that's another reason why I love shows like AVN, because it's an opportunity for us to celebrate each other and celebrate our industry and the good that we do for ourselves and for the community. Because if we don't celebrate us, who's going to?
Yeah.
Everybody loves to watch porn,
but nobody wants to admit it.
Yeah. So, and nobody's going to fight for us but us.
Right.
So that's why I feel like community is so important. And it's just part of my history as well, like coming into the porn industry, being in this adult community with like-minded peers and sex-positive people. It's the first time in my life where I felt like I can truly be myself, where I've truly felt accepted as the sexual being that I am, and supported in the sex that I want to have. And I was not supported, in high school growing up.
Right.
I was not. I was criticized for every way that I expressed my sexuality. So in porn, I can finally speak my truth. I can be who I am. I can just genuinely be me without worrying. And I want everyone in the industry to feel that way. So, yeah, I mean, I would say that there is some competitiveness, but it's not as bad as maybe other industries, to be honest. I think Tommy Pistol actually made a good point when he accepted his AVN award at the start of the year. He said, we're a family, but we're a family. You know, like.
I'll just say this quickly. She said she wanted that for everyone. You don't want that for everyone, especially not men. That is like, men have to set boundaries. Men have to be the ones to set boundaries. When women set boundaries, they have a hard time because they feel bad and they're about feeling good and making other people feel good. Can't do that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that woman scares me. Like, the way she thinks scares me, because it's a dangerous line of thinking that woman has because of the wrong set of instructions that she's had from the time she was small. But anyway, no, you don't want to do that. Honestly, I am repulsed. I think sex, casual sex, like what she's promoting there, it's repulsive. You know, I saw something online today on X, people talking about how they were repulsed because of how men they were repulsed by sex because how men were talking about it, but it's because of stuff like this, the porn brain and the pornography that is making this kind of stuff like normal to people. Sex outside of marriage is repulsive, and all of this kind of behavior of celebrating this, no, man, no, we don't need to celebrate sin and like addictive tendencies or
Well,
vices or weakness or whatever. I don't know.
there's a lot of stuff going on here, but I want to play one more clip, and this is a couple of minutes. And this is a girl who we didn't watch this clip, but she talked about her life in porn and all that kind of stuff and what she had to do because a lot of this stuff, when you watch it in this feminism, they're pushing people to this lifestyle. But we look at what she has to say.
So it was like, okay, God, I quit. Now what? And then it was like, okay, now you need to look for a job. And I went and found a job where I was making $11.25 an hour, but I was very proud of that because it felt like I was working hard for money. I was doing something that I could be proud of. I was growing in my skills as a sales rep, as a receptionist, and I was learning and I was growing, and it was something I could be proud of. I was overflowing with so much love, peace, and joy, just like God promised me on the airplane that day. And I'm like, I don't care that I can barely pay my rent and that I cannot go clothing shopping. I cannot buy that shirt that I want. I can't buy those. I can't afford it. But you know what? I don't care because I am so happy because God has transformed my life and He's healed my heart. And He healed all of my mental illness. I've been medication free for 12 years. He's a miraculous God. I just started telling everybody at church, like a couple days later while I was there, I used to be a porn star, but Jesus Christ set me free. God is so good. I used to be a drug addict, but God set me free. And I just started telling anybody who would listen my story. And I had no shame, no cares, because that weight of shame that was holding me back had been lifted off of me. Like, it is truly a burden to live in shame, because when you live in shame, then you have to live in lies. And it was just this beautiful healing process that He took me through. If you are watching this today and, maybe you've been dealt a hard life. Maybe you grew up like I did and you grew up in an abusive household. I want you to know that you are so loved, even when you don't feel like it. You were created by God, for God. Your life has purpose. You're not here by accident. The Bible teaches that we are all born into sin. You are living a life that Jesus wants to free you from. Sin, it separates us. It separates us from the presence of God. The wages of sin is death. It kills the condition of your soul until you're so depleted that you have no hope in life. But the beautiful thing is that Jesus Christ died, and He died to take away the penalty of our sins. And that when we call upon His name, that we can be saved from those sins. Your heart literally begins to change as you walk in a relationship with Jesus. And so if you just ask Jesus right here, right now, if you say, Jesus, I repent of my sins. Jesus, I want you to be my Lord and Savior. He will come inside your heart, make His home in you, and He will begin to transform your life just as He did mine. Life outside of Him, your soul gets depleted, but a relationship with Jesus is life-giving. It's like a fountain of life that just flows through you. God promised me on an airplane that He was going to give me a life that would overflow with love and peace and joy. And that promise is not just for me. That promise is for you too.
This woman, before we quickly close down because we'll run up on time, she showed a picture of what she was doing before, where she looks now. She looked destroyed and completely different to now. And so a lot of the things, the shame and all of these things that the people are all experiencing and the issues that they're all dealing with, feminism, red pill will never give that to you. Only God that's going to give that to you to go and fix these situations. These guys will be burning the wheels, going circles and circles without that. I'm going to close here with a prayer, and I'll give you your final thoughts for this. or you want to say something quickly?
I was gonna say, like, my mom used to. I remember going to the bank once, and she would just randomly tell people that she was, an escort and things like that. So when she said that she, told everyone at the church and stuff like that, because of being freed by Jesus, I kind of was confused because I'm like, I know prostitutes that will tell you that on a random Tuesday just because. So I don't know, maybe it's different, but
It's different when you have Jesus in your life. Anyway, I'm going to close here because we run up on. Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you this day. We thank you for your love, grace, and mercy. We thank you for the hope that you have given us this day. Open our hearts and our minds to your will, and help the men and the women to come together, and help the men to humble themselves before God, that we can stand up and lead our families back to God and rebuild our families with the women, so that we can rebuild our churches, our community, our nation, that we would have some protection for the children, is my prayer. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Yeah. Thanks, Dad, for the prayer as always. Yeah. Thanks, everybody, for joining us in the show today. Yeah, I am seeing a different level of treachery from feminism. Obviously, we knew feminism was awful, but the way in which things are being done are being set for women to self-sabotage and using their natural inclinations against them, so they can not only destroy themselves but those around them, their families, their husbands, especially fathers and husbands. This is being used as a sidestep for the cowards. Anyways, we need to switch up. Men need to be men again, and women need to be women, and that comes by, loving and respecting God first, and your parents if they are in the Lord. So anyways, we'll catch you guys in the next one, and to my dearest cares, until we meet again, my friend. Ciao.